Guys, we've got breaking news here. A headline from Breitbart. Jim Carrey has left Twitter. My God, Jim Carrey has left Twitter. Kurt, how are you going to stay on a platform without Jim Carrey? How are you going to do it?
I'm trying to find the strength to move forward, Dave. Wow. Sometimes you're just speechless.
Well, okay, so I won't push you that hard on the Jim Carrey thing, but this idea that suddenly these people, Alyssa Milano is freaking out, and all of these, again, these quote-unquote journalists, we're going to leave Twitter, and it's like, no, you're not going to leave Twitter because you guys don't have the wherewithal to build anything yourself, but that they didn't care 3 weeks ago when we were all getting censored. Now they think this is the most evil thing ever, even though there's no empirical evidence that hate has been ramped up since he's taken over.
Well, I wouldn't care if hate was ramped up. Free speech is free speech, period. You get to say things other people don't like. Now, understand, I want to be real clear. This is not hypocrisy on their part. Some people are, your Twitter people are hypocrites. No, they're not. They don't believe in free speech. They are actively against it. So is the regime media. They are actively for censorship. And they're upset because Elon Musk came along and bought their BS line of reasoning.
Melissa, what do you think about that? Because we have a lot of similar friends, or had some similar friends that were, thought of as more liberal, that suddenly really kind of are tacitly or sometimes outwardly coming out for censorship or not respecting views and having that plurality of views. It's disappointing, to say the least.
Firstly, I haven't thought about Jim Carrey in a long time. So it's kind of like, there was this moment of like, wait, who is this person?
Ace Ventura, The Mask.
Yeah, no, I imagine him coming out of a rhino right now. Like, that's just, the image I have of him. But this whole thing about celebrities kind of threatening to, leave Twitter, it's so shallow and it's so hollow. I mean, Alyssa Milano said, oh, I'm going to sell my Tesla. I'm buying a Volkswagen. Hilarious, because obviously, what is the history of Volkswagen? Oh, I don't know. It seems awkward. And she's tweeting, or she's still using an iPhone, right? But she's grandiosely announcing that she's leaving Twitter. This iPhone, the one that she's using, has all sorts of problems. Apple was found to have been sourcing parts of this iPhone from Xinjiang, which is where they're the Uyghurs are being held, and they're involved in like the production of some of these parts. And even the White House has passed the Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act, and she's still using an iPhone, and she's not complaining about all these components that go into this that actually affect marginalized people. And so it just rings very hollow to me, all of this kind of posturing about like leaving Twitter. And with regard to what you're saying about our friends who, make huge announcements about leaving Twitter and are trending online for days. Well, I don't know about you, but I kind of saw that coming, especially after recent viral clips. I know we're all talking about Sam Harris or viral clips, but he, in his latest show, he did explain why he left, and it's kind of the same argument that we saw with the Washington Post headline that said the gates of hell are now open with Elon at the helm. And Sam claims to leave because of just dealing with so much hate on the website, and it's turning him into this awful person. He doesn't want to, he just doesn't want to be part of it anymore. And fine, that's a legitimate reason to leave Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, I keep telling people, as I've gotten one or two mean tweets at me in the years, you can just mute or block people, or you can actually not look at your phone all day, which is a really fascinating thing. I'm not a doctor, but I think most people can do that.